I asked her, "Can I go to your home?" She said, "Well, I do have to ask my dad first for permission. The school requires it. They require both the parents to give a signature, giving them permission and all." Well, my parents, they signed it right away. They didn't mind. They gave me permission. It was fine. But Pat's, we had to wait a little while. I kept nagging her, "Did they sign it yet?" I was like, "Not yet, blah, blah, blah," giving me all these different excuses. So I waited a little bit longer. And again, I asked Pat, "Did you finish yet? I really want to go to your home." I was really curious. She came over at my house all the time, but I haven't gone to hers yet. And then finally, her dad signed the paper. We turned it into the school, and whew, I was excited. So Friday's the big day. That's when I was going to her house. I was so excited to go. So I brought all my clothes. I put them in a nice big pillowcase. And then Pat had this nice, like, formal looking suitcase kind of thing. Whew, man, it was nice. But it doesn't matter. So we were looking through the window, and it was finally becoming dark outside. It's getting nighttime, and I asked Pat, I said, "Are they going to come get us?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah." And finally, all the lights were starting to turn off, become dark. Me and Pat were just running around playing and, just waiting. And then finally, we see a car pull up. We see the headlights. They turn off. And I see this man get out of the car. He had a hat on, a nice jacket. I said to me, he was really tall. He greeted Pat and gave her a nice big hug. She's like, come on, let's go." So I picked up my pillowcase and we went on. Ooh, man, this car was huge. So they kept on driving. Finally, we arrived at her home. It was so dark out, it was so late at night, but we finally arrived. When we went to the garage, this door opened automatically and we drove in. I was like, "What? How did that do that?" She explained about the electricity and how it opens it, and I was like, oh. I thought someone opened it or something. I was amazed. So anyway, Pat was like, "Come on, let me show you the inside of the house." Oh, it was beautiful. It was clean. It was large. I just kept walking in and around, staring at everything, and I was just in awe. There's a huge chandelier with beautiful lights, a long table with chairs on either side. Ooh, and the living room. It had all drapes and everything, and then plus curtains. 2 of them? I asked Pat, I said, "What's up? Why do you have 2? What are they for?" I was like, I don't know. Or it was just her mom and dad, The floor was all nice and soft. I was literally just in shock. Pat was like, come on. I was so embarrassed. I just literally stared at everything in amazement. So then we entered Pat's room, and that was awesome too. It was so fancy. Everything was pink. The bed was pink. The decorations were pink. Even the carpet was pink. Ugh. Her bed was so soft. I had little stuffed animals everywhere, nice little dolls. But there was one particular doll. It was beautiful. It had nice, perfect hair. The eyes would close when you picked it up and put it down. But at my home, the dolls, the eyes were all crazy. The hair was standing up on edge. Looked all raggedy with its clothes. That was what my dolls looked like at home. But hers, that doll looked like it was brand new. It looked like it was never played with before. So I asked her, I'm like, have you ever played with that? She's like, oh yeah, I do. Ugh. But anyway, so that was time when me and Pat went to sleep.